Hello and welcome to the Queber channel. I'm Jason, your host. Why do I always make sure that I've got a backup of entertainment, of games? You would think if you're in a situation where you don't have access to Steam or you can't watch the latest thing on Netflix, you've got a lot worse things on your mind. And that is the point. Some of the first pictures to come out of Ukraine during the war at the very start was of people sitting in metros, in subways, and actually with their face glued to their phone. They weren't watching the news, or most of them weren't, because the news was happening all around them. What they needed was normalcy. When you're in a disaster situation, whether it's a personal disaster or a area disaster or a country disaster, your brain needs to process. And the best way your brain can process and deal with all the horror is to find a little tiny bit of normalcy. People have known this all through all the wars and that. Take a deck of cards with you. Have access to music. Do something normal. Because your brain cannot cope with all the shit all of the time. In a disaster situation, having access to entertainment, to some little tiny bit of normalcy, to some little bit of something so your brain can process what the fuck is going on around you and how your life has just instantly been changed. Having your favourite game access, having a movie, having a TV show, listening to your favourite music, watching a video is life affirming, is going to help you far more, in fact, than most other things. When you're in a situation where you're not in control, whether it's a massive disaster or something else, shock and other issues are a major concern. Having a little tiny bit of something to grab hold of from your normal life matters. This is why I have 5,000 plus songs that I've legally bought and downloaded the MP3s. I've got about the same amount of films which I have legally bought. I have all the DVDs and the Blu-rays, but I digitize them onto my system. So I can drag and drop that folder into a phone, into a tablet, into a computer. And then I've got them there. Doesn't matter whether the internet's out. Doesn't matter what's going on around me. I can still function in my little tiny bit of normalcy. I have always got games installed on my systems that will work without an internet, that will work without connecting to someone outside my house. It isn't that I'm frivolous about the idea that if a major disaster happens, that I'll be just sitting at home playing my games. There's not really much I myself will be able to do out there. I am disabled. And unless you're in the armed forces, unless you're in the disaster management system where the very act of going out and constructively doing something helps your brain to cope. You might be sat in a fucking room for 18 hours a day with your own mind. And in a disaster situation, that is a recipe for disaster. So, everyone should make sure that they have access to the things that make them feel comfortable, the things that they enjoy, no matter what happens out there. Whether AI fucking takes over, whether you lose your job, whether any of these strange things happens that can happen any time, as we've seen, shit happens all the time. Make sure that you have some little bits of normalcy. Your favourite movies, your favourite TV shows, your favourite game, your favourite whatever. Make sure it's on a device that you can charge with a simple battery bank and a £50 solar panel from Amazon. Why not? What harm does it do to have those things? What harm does it do to have a phone with all your documents and everything on, and a battery charger to keep it going, and a few games on that? It's better to want it all and to not need it but have it, and want it but not have it. That makes sense. Yeah, I butchered that. Anyway, take care of yourselves, everyone. Bye bye for now.